Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about a man who is one of the richest people on the planet, but also one of the most down-to-earth. The Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett, that started in the dusty streets of 1930s Nebraska and turned into a billion-dollar empire. Warren was born on August 30th, 1930, in Omaha, Nebraska. Young Warren was already figuring out how systems worked. By the age of 6, he pulled off his first famous move. He bought a 6-pack of Coca-Cola from his grandfather's grocery store for 25 cents and sold each bottle individually for 5 cents around the neighborhood. He made a total profit of 5 cents. It might seem like a tiny amount today, but that day he hardwired the rule of buy low, add value, and sell high into his soul. He didn't stop at soda. He went door to door selling chewing gum and magazine subscriptions. People even saw him collecting bottle caps outside grocery stores. Why? Because he wanted to see which drink was selling the most so he could adjust his sales strategy. Long before we had computers, the seeds of data analytics were in that little boy's hands. By age 11, he was ready for the big leagues. In 1941, at just 11 years old, Warren bought his first stock in his father's brokerage office. He bought 3 shares of City Service Preferred for $38 each. His sister Doris joined him. Suddenly, the price dropped to $27. Warren panicked and felt the fear, but he waited. When the price hit $40, he sold immediately for a small profit. He celebrated, only to watch those shares skyrocket to $200 shortly after. That day, Warren learned his most valuable lesson: patience. He realized that the stock market is a place where money moves from the impatient to the patient. At 13, his family moved to Washington, D.C. He started delivering newspapers, but not like an ordinary paperboy. He delivered 2 different newspapers at once, optimized his routes down to the second, and reached more customers than anyone else. By age 14, he had saved $1,200 from his paper routes and a side business renting out pinball machines. Think about that. A high school kid with enough money to buy 40 acres of farmland to lease to farmers. He discovered the power of passive income before he even had a driver's license. During his college years, Warren met the man who would change his life: Benjamin Graham, the father of value investing. At Columbia University, Warren became Graham's star student. Graham taught him that a stock isn't just a ticker symbol, it's a piece of a business. If the business is good and the price is below its intrinsic value, you buy it and hold it. Warren took this to heart, vowing never to invest in a business he didn't understand or a product he didn't use. In 1956, he returned to Omaha with about $174,000. He started his own investment partnership. He had no office and no staff. He managed everything from his bedroom. His relatives and neighbors trusted him with their money. Warren made them one promise: I will gain what you gain, and I will lose what you lose. And he delivered. In 1962, Warren began buying shares in Berkshire Hathaway, a struggling textile mill. He actually calls this his biggest mistake. When the owner tried to cheat him out of a few cents on a deal, Warren got angry, bought the whole company, and fired the guy. But the textile business was dying. Instead of being stubborn, Warren used the company as a vehicle for investments. He phased out the textiles and bought insurance companies. He used the float, the money insurance companies hold before paying claims, to buy stakes in giants like Coca-Cola, American Express, and eventually Apple. Today, that wreck is one of the most valuable companies in the world. Let's talk numbers. Today, Warren Buffett's net worth is over $130 billion. But here's the kicker. He still lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He doesn't have gold-plated faucets or giant yachts. His luxury is having the time to read whatever he wants and going to a job he loves every single morning. He drives his own car to work and stops at McDonald's on the way. If the market is down that morning, he gets the cheaper $2.61 sausage biscuit. If it's up, he splurges on the $3.17 bacon, egg, and cheese. For him, money isn't about spending, it's about growth. As he says, price is what you pay, value is what you get. A major turning point came in 2006 when he announced he would donate 99% of his fortune to charity, mostly through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. When people asked why he wasn't leaving it all to his children, he gave a legendary answer. I want to leave my children enough money so they can do anything, but not so much that they can do nothing. He taught them how to fish rather than just giving them the fish. Warren's story tells us that wealth isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. At over 90 years old, he still says he tap dances to work. He isn't working for the money anymore. He's playing the game he loves. The billions are just the scoreboard. One of his best pieces of advice is, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently. He lived his life by this scale of integrity. He never looked for the shortcut or the get-rich-quick scheme. He always thought long-term. Even today, while he has his hands in everything from tech to renewable energy, he is still that simple guy from Nebraska at heart. He still drinks cherry Coke, still loves playing bridge, and is still considered one of the sharpest minds in the world. Friends, Warren Buffett's life is a mirror for all of us. It proves that money is just a tool, and that true success comes from doing what you love with honesty and trusting the process of time. If you've stuck with me through this long and sincere journey, you've probably realized that real success isn't just about the digits in a bank account. His world is the victory of patience. Crises come and go, markets crash and rise, but those with the right principles always stand tall. Warren Buffett isn't just a billionaire, he's a way of life. If you enjoyed this success story and it gave you some inspiration, give it a like and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel. I'll see you in the next one.